Kaizer Chiefs 1, Marumo Gallants 0. Did we need that win? We needed that win. I'm so happy that we got that win. But before we talk about the match, guys, I am at 942 subscribers by the time I'm recording this video. Please help me get to 1,000 subscribers. If you haven't, just go down and say subscribe and then comment on the comment section below and let me know that I've subscribed, and let me know what you thought of the match, and also like this video so that YouTube can spread it to more people like you. Now let's talk about the match. First of all, I saw the 4-3-3, not 4-2-3-1, and I was glad because I was like, okay, that means Uzwane, he learned his lesson from Ike Stellenbosch ukuthi playing a back three is not so good for us. And then from there, he then built from playing 4-3-3, did that against Arrows, did that against Cape Town City, and then today as well, which shows Guti there is progress. He tried something, it didn't work. And the fact that Vele, he's been doing that even with the players, which he's been trying different players for these positions and saying, okay, this one doesn't work here. Like Utoli against Arrows, he had played him as number 10, and then he realized afterwards, nope, I'm going to wide against Cape Town City, and today also played wide, which was good. And another thing, he saw Guti Castro was not impacting the game that much, so he put him on the bench. And that was important for us because phambili besingalokhu sibheka a target man ukuthi okahle ibhola silise kuye and all that, but besidlala ibhola because vele the only option that we had was just playing the ball phansi, and it worked. And what I liked maqhubeka vele eswini ukuthi there was Unange, and I will be honest, Unange played a good game. He really played a good game. Like Peswini, when he had to mark, he was marking. When we were going forward as well, those forward passes that we've been complaining about, we saw Agukuguti, we're always just trying to go back and forcing amabhole emumva, and it wasn't easy as a result for Gallants to push us back as much as Arrows and Cape Town City were able to. And also what I saw Velege, Parker was playing wide, and then Upilat was playing central. And what that helped us with is with the press Vele Maisugu Guti Upaka ubetaka in azoforsa labo ukuthi bangadlala ibhola from the back, and that was helpful. Naseswini mabet badlala khona ibhola eswini ube khona uBakas. You know what I've said about him ukuthi uright makuya phambili, but defensively usually he doesn't look that great. But today it didn't look like it was out of place. From the get-go vele ububona ukuthi we were putting in tackles, we were aggressive from back to front, bonke abantu, everyone was just marking, and that was good. And the formation, the system ebizivumela ukuthi senze lokho. The only thing that had happened engabe ngayiboni kahle i-role kaHadebe, because it seemed like ubesaba ngathi, it really did look like ubesaba, and vele I wasn't surprised when he eventually got subbed because he looked like he was a bit scared. And eventually when he did make a tackle, which I don't think it deserved a yellow card, I think it was not a tackle even, it was a slap on another person's face, but you know, I didn't really think it was that dangerous. So 4-3-3, another change that was made, Ukadoso didn't come back. He brought Mphahlele to play lapha center back, which also for experience I get why Mphahlele would play, but a center back a center back is a big shaky, because as a center back he's always trying to play offside, and as a result futhi kugcina abadlali it's easy for them to run in behind. But siyabonga ukuthi today we're not playing against a team that was playing out and out striker, because bebedlalisa uNdlondlo lapha phambili who's not really a striker. So bekukhona lokuthi ama runs abo onDlondlo, they preferred going into the middle to collect the ball and try to, you know, outplay Chiefs in the midfield, which then would give us enough time to recover and go back to our shape, which I think was good. Uguti, we're not really panicking and rushing into tackles, but the organization, you can see good. Okay, now the team is organized. They are trying their best to outplay us, but at the end of the day, what we are doing not as a team, we are keeping our shape. We are getting organized. Abantu, they are coming back. Billiards bangene eswini bezo add ama numbers 4-3 ukuthi numerical advantage, so then they would force them to play the ball wide, and then they would continue to have position. But the most important thing when you're playing against a team njenge Gallants, they would have crushed us if Bezlala no Baxter, because there was no organization. when Baxter coach. But when Uzwane today's game, we saw that even when Gallants had the ball, we were good off the ball because we're adapting to their play. And I love that. And also, okay, guys, I did say in the previous video that maybe Peterson might come back because the coach doesn't want to give a message or Mauen's mistake was Puma. But if you noticed in the last 3 games that Velu Peterson had played, for starters, each game is still in Bosch. Some people say he could have done better. Maybe we can just say, fine, we forgive you for that one. The ball was too quick and all those things. But against the Arrows was beaten near post, and then again against Cape Town City, same thing happened, was beaten near post. If there is an injury as well involved, but Vele, I think could justify the bench in, because knowing what you have made mistakes in the past 3 matches, I don't think Vele psychologically would be in a good place to play. And Vele, some people are still complaining, he's no Mabili, so we left back. Why is Frostler still being played there? I understand why he still does that, because uzothatha uMabiliso kule season that he has had ukuthi ubehlaliswe benchini usuzomfaka ngathi sibona what that is doing to Ohadebe, who have been getting some game time already, ukuthi kwabona it's affecting them, because kunaleyo expectation yokuthi hey kumele sidlale, kumele siperform better, and yabo akwenze kahle. Even noSekhota na when he was finally got introduced, he just looked lost. It's like lento lele ukuthi kune pressure ukuthi I have to perform, I finally have a chance yabo icon. So I think that effect will also be there kuMabiliso. And the positive thing, the good news is that he's being integrated into the team right now. Sesiyambona even ebenchini. Kubucks ubungamboni ngisho ebenchini. He was just non-existent. It was like he's not even a Kaizer Chiefs player. So I understand why Froster is still playing out of position and Blom is playing right back. So yeah, I think we can forget about that. And another thing is that what I saw, the mistakes that I think can still be fixed, is that there is no support. Indlela esiqala ngayo ukudlala ibhola, ama fullbacks ethu they move too far up, too quick, and as a result ibhola ngathi kuthiwa ama center back ibonela ukuthi nizokwenza njani, you know. And what that does if udlala ama defender out ama center backs is that if kuukuthi ibhola liyalahleka, let's say umphahleli is trying to progress the ball by himself, like trying to build up, you touch ball keep and then he runs with it to midfield. If bewina ibhola kuwe, that means sekusela umuntu oyedwa lapha emuva, because agaze uFrost ukuzosupporta or Blom ukuzosupporta or number 8 ukuthi badrope bazocollect ibhola, either uBakasi or even number 6 unange sivele nje simove sonke siye phambili. So I think that's something worth looking at, because the 2 mistakes that we ended up conceding, the 2 goals that we conceded, one mistake kaKadoso, the other one mistake kaNgcobo, yikho lokhu bengena support, and then abadlali bagcina sebedlala backwards or bedlala ama passer trick, and that actually invites a pressure from the opponent, because they see, oh, I got an option, let's press him. So that's the good thing that I see ukuthi isizile Chiefs as well. Someone is watching football on the other side. Forgive me, I'm missing a Liverpool match to analyze the game for you guys. Subscribe Nepal. So the next thing is that what I saw is that we did have good movements when we were playing Ebola. Upaka ended up missing the chance, which I think he should have put away. But he ended up missing the chance. And when we were playing the ball, when we were off the ball, out of position, you saw we were quick to organize, but also we transition. I think that's where we still need to work on. But when we had the ball, then you saw okay, there's a glimpse. You see movement of the ball is better, especially masses dlulile with progression phase. It build up, you can consent, not enough support. Good progression phase, then you see ama movements. You see okay, now low uyazi kumele abe kuphi, low kumele uyazi kube kuphi. And then the other problem sekutheni kwi final third nakhona asikaqedi kahle hle, but you see ukuthi okay, into zama ukuyenza sizama ukuthi one of the midfielders runs in and the other winger inverts ukuze ezo-add ama numbers eboxing, which is good, because vele if uzofuna ukukora amagoli eboxing ngeke ukore ngomuntu oyedwa eseboxing. And I think that's an advantage of not playing out and out number 9, because ekugcineni makuno out and out number 9, it seems like thina sijike sirely ekutheni number 9 should see himself somcrossela thina ahead, and mayingekho, what do? There are more options. So then we move enye into ukuthi vele I wrote it down ukuthi ngisamba ngeodd ukuthi uNange ngempela ubedlala namhlanje. With everything, I'll just mention that again. Unange had a good game. He really had a good game. And when we finally had our substitutes, to Castro for Parker and Cole for Hadeb. Now I'll start with the Cole for Hadeb one. I don't think it was a bad change. It was a good and necessary change. For one, Hadeb, as I said, he looked a bit shaky, and number 2, lento le experience was needed namhlanje kule game namhlanje, and we didn't want him making a mistake, a total red card, and end up being sent off nabantu abashodayo. And secondly, when it comes to Cole Vele, you cannot expect him at his age to be playing 90 minutes. And I love the fact that Uzwan is being realistic ngokuthi uyabamanager abadlali ukuthi how long is this one gonna play given his age, how long is that one gonna play. Even with Parker, the time I'm substituting us, uyabona ukuthi okay, nakhona kune game management, kune player management ukuthi you cannot be playing this game iphelele uphinde udlale the next game iphelele, kubeni kunabadlali abafresh who can give the team different problems and who can give us as Kaizer Chiefs a better problem for the oppositions ukuthi okay, nangu omunye ufresh, nangu sehota kangena ufresh. And vele ke eka Castro angazi man, I really don't know Castro. There's just something that rubs me the wrong way. Game yakhe in terms of being one dimensional. Yes, you can see ukuthi ibhola akasinkomo uyakwazi ukudlala, but bafethu ngathi kuyasinda khona la sike sahleka khona because uNdlondlo or one of these short players be Marumo Gallants won a head against Castro. I'm like, who is actually taller than Castro kule game ukuthi angawini head against yena? And so kunaleyo nto nje ukuthi ngathi uyavilapha, ngathi nje lento uyayenza nje just for the sake of doing it. And because of that, if we insist on playing well and out number 9, we will need someone ozoba explosive, ozoba quick, ozoba njengo Dupree, not ozoba njengo Dupree. We need Dupree ozokwazi uhlupha defend, ozoba quick to close the defender down, ozoba quick myself ball foot as well. So we need that. We need all that kind of stuff we Kaizer Chiefs njengamanje, because uCastro akasinikezi lokho, and then uNukovic naye maye ngalithola ibhola 18 akore ngoba nayo jika geje. It's like we don't have a striker right now that can do what is required from a striker, and that is why the best option for us for the next remaining games is to play Vele Inda by false 9. And Vele uCastro is lazy. And talking about Ama subs, when Billiards was finally taken off, I think he wasn't happy, because at the time I thought Udoli would have been the right substitute to make, because even when we got a chance, Way was just supposed to, he had so much space, he could have run into that space, and the next thing that he could have done, either hit the ball and score or cut the ball back. But indlela bekhathele ngayo ugcine nje epika a very tired pass because he was very tired. So I didn't understand that, but maybe it's also the thing I should be press conference ukuthi na last game he wanted to take off Ubiliat, but then ngenxa ukuthi was like, let's see what it can bring us, because the thing is with these good players abakwazi ukuproducela ama moments of individual brilliance is ukuthi like uDoli namhlanje, he wasn't having the best game of his life. It was yabona nje ama mistakes abewenza, it wasn't so great. And as a result ngenxa yokuthi such a brilliant player awukwazi ukuvela umkhiphe nje, because uzokwenza lento ayenzile ukora bekuyi deflection, yes, but still he took a shot. But mawungalithenga ithikithi ngakuyini lotho, right? That's what they say. So uDoli took his chance and then it deflected off uBilliat and it was a goal. And you always need vele abadlali abakanjalo. Vele ke gcineni mhlambe when we substitute vele uDoli or Billiat, one of them will always remain a grounding. But overall, I was impressed even in the second half after my substitutions were made. Ukuthi I saw ukuthi besingasapress ukuthi we're doing lazy pressing. Ubusubona vele ukuthi the front three was pressing, and then one which was Unange at the time, bese kuyo joiner press, bese pressa nga 4, and that thing would force Gallants to play the ball over, and the moment they did that, bekukhona ungezana lapha emuva win ama-aerial balls, and then also nokholo uyakhona ukuzowina ama-second balls from those aerial duels mayise winiwe. So it was a good thing ukuthi sibe on a front foot, singayisabi team, especially because bebedlala ibhola. What did you think of the game? Do you think this is the turning point that we needed? Let me know down in the comment section, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. In this channel, we talk everything Kaizer Chiefs, we preview, we review Kaizer Chiefs matches, and just anything that is happening at Kaizer Chiefs. So if you want more of that content, subscribe and go to the comment section and say I subscribe. And until next time, remember, equals and Pelumo.